Smell. The stud farm owner. I saw him in Skalitz a few times. His poor widow.
Ask.
I can come back.
No. I saw you came with the soldiers, and the sooner you know everything, the sooner...
I'm sorry to trouble you, ma'am, but could you tell me about...
The noise woke us up. Me and Smill. We thought the horses were restless.
Do you get drunks coming here a lot?
Sometimes. My husband went out. Then I just heard loud voices. It's so stupid. It didn't even occur to me at first that something could have happened to Smith. I didn't find out until the morning.
Did you recognize any of the voices you heard?
No, but they spoke Czech, cursing like demons.
At each other? They quarrelled?
Yes. Something must have happened.
And where did you hear this noise?
Everywhere. It was chaos.
I mean at the very start. Do you remember where you...
I don't know.
Did you get a look at them? There's one man.
No.
Who should I question about the rage?
Ginger was sleeping in the stable. He might have seen something. Jakob, the old stable boy. He even fought with...
From what I've heard, Mark was the first one to wake. It might be a... I don't know of anyone else.
God bless.
Such senseless brutality. They slaughtered horses as well as people, and yet it seems they didn't take anything. Such senseless brutality. They slaughtered horses as well as people, and yet it seems they didn't take anything. How could anyone be so cruel?
See what they did here? Kill them! Find those whoresons and kill them!
How could anyone be so cruel?
What? Who's there?
Easy. I just came to ask,
I don't know anything.
are you hurt?
No, nothing. No.
What really happened here?
I don't know. Someone attacked.
You didn't happen to hear where they came from?
No, I didn't.
Poor wretch. He must have crawled here. If it was the horses they were after, there'll be even more of them by the main stables. Are you well?
Leave me alone. Go away.
But there's no need to be afraid. With your help, I'll find those bastards and then I'll make them pay.
They deserve it. What do you need to know?
What actually happened here?
They killed the animals and... Why did they kill them?
Did they take anything?
No.
Think carefully now. How did it all start?
We We heard the animals, their shrieks, then Smill. He shouted, and they murdered him.
You're certain it was the animals first, and then Smill? Not the other way round?
I'm certain. I'd never heard a sound like that before. Now I'll never forget it.
What happened after that?
We ran outside and it was chaos. Animals were dying, the stables were burning, and those demons everywhere.
The stables were already burning. Didn't that happen after they fled?
No, it was to set the blaze when they arrived.
You said they were demons.
No, just vermin. Worthless human vermin.
How many of them were there?
Not many. There were just a few that came after us, but more...
So they were yelling because of all the noise?
No, something happened. They quarrelled.
In the back? Where?
Towards the woods. To the north. They were trying to get away.
So some of them were running away and the others were fighting?
Aye. For a time. Then more of us came out and we fought back, so the others fled as well.
Where? Where did they run to?
To the north. Into the woods.
Did you see a big man among them, dressed all in black?
That cutthroat, that devil! I never want to see him again.
So he was here? That bloodthirsty beast. Thanks. That's all I...
God be with you.
They went deeper and deeper, for sure.
Get back to the camp and let take care of you there.
No. I'm not going for this world. Go before someone finds us here. Don't worry about me.
You know I can't leave you here. If they find you...
I know. I wanted to do it myself. I don't even have the strength for that.
What kind of nonsense is that?
For Christ's sake, what other options do I have? I won't make it to camp, and you know it. You want to leave me here to die? I can leave you.
All right, then. How? How should I?
Just do it.
Why, it's a hoof pick. Someone in Neuhoff must know more about it. Do you know whose hoof pick this is?
Ginger's. He was always bragging about...
I'm just trying to get the story.
But you won't find Ginger here anymore.
And you don't know where Ginger could have gone?
Dunno. Ask Jakob.
Good luck to you.
Another useless soldier come to ask questions.
What's wrong with your arm? Oh dear. That looks painful.
That's all you gotta say about it. You useless prick.
Do you know anything about this hoof pick?
Yeah, it's Ginger's.
Any idea where I might find this Ginger?
Well, that's the thing.
What?
Look, I know how he looks. But Ginger is a fine fellow. I don't believe he had anything to...
Where could he have fled to?
I might know. But you gotta promise me one thing. When you find...
You have my word.
Sometimes the charcoal burners come to see him. You get some well with them. I think that's where...
And where is that?
No idea. They've always kept to themselves.
But the forest is full of folk like that. They could be anywhere.
Aye, except these ones won't be far. If you follow the stream from the stud farm towards Ratte, you'll come across one of their camps.
Only what?
Ginger didn't go that way, though. He always went by the big road, through the woods in the direction of Ujits.
But how can I find them?
There's always smoke when they work. You'll smell them before you see them.
So if I go through the woods along running water, I'll find them?
Exactly. May the Lord watch over you.
Good day to you. What do you need?
I'm looking for a ginger-haired boy. I hear he's friends with some charcoal burners.
We ain't friends with no redhead.
He works as a stable boy in the stud farm.
I know where that is, but I don't know no one from there.
May the Lord watch over you.
If you want to ask questions, talk to me and leave the others in peace. My respects to you.
Could you help me?
Depends what you want, doesn't it?
I'm looking for Ginger, a stable boy from Neuhof. They say he ran away and joined up with some charcoal burners he used to hang around.
Sorry, there's never been a lad called Ginger around here.
A murder's been committed at Neuhof, and that boy likely knows who did it. It's vital I find him.
There's been murder aplenty in these parts of late, but that Ginger lad really hasn't been here.
There'll be a lot less murdering going on once I bring those bastards to justice, so how about helping me out?
Calm down, lad, for the love of God. There's been no one like the boy you want round here, but then again, there are other charcoal burners. Try them. You might want to hurry. You're not the first to be asking about him, and the others weren't exactly unknown.
They didn't happen to say what they wanted him for?
No, but they definitely didn't look like they wanted to invite.
Do you have any idea where else he could have gone?
You said he was friends with the charcoal burners? Well, you'll definitely find some in the forest between Neuhof and Ujetz.
But that forest is huge. I could spend weeks searching.
Then follow the river. That's how you found us, isn't it? Where there's charcoal burners, there's always water.
All right, I'll go and ask somewhere else.
Good luck to you.
Huh? Oh shit, sod off. No.
My respects to you.
I'm searching for a stable boy from Neuhof.
I know him right enough, but I don't know where...
He's run away from the stud farm. I have to
Well, he's definitely not here. Try the other charcoal burners camp. Farewell.
Good health to you.
Do you know where I could find Jim?
Who?
The stable boy from Neuhof. I've heard he's friends with some...
Ah, I know who you mean. He went not long ago to the charcoal burners by Tarnberg. God be with you.
Jesus Christ be praised.
I'm looking for Ginger from Neuhof.
I know him. What do you want of him?
There's a few questions I need to ask him.
Well, you'll have to go somewhere else to find him.
Just think about this. If I do find him here and you've been lying to me, I'll have you hauled off in chains and turned over to the executioner.
I understand, lad, but I can't help you because he's not here.
But
I told you, he's not. Good luck to you.
There's something else I wanted to... So where does he usually go if not here?
You think we're the only charcoal burner?
Probably not. But this is a big forest and I don't have time to look under every...
And you don't need to look under every stone. All you have to do is
I really must speak with him. A murder was committed at the stud farm, and that boy probably knows who...
And you think he had a hand in it?
Hard to say. He ran away, but on the other hand, it seems he stabbed one of the attackers.
Well, when you put it like that, it's clearly urgent business. I do know him. Not personally, but I've seen him around. He's friends with the charcoal burners down by Townburg. I know he hangs around with the twins there.
Downstream by Townburg? Somewhere by the castle?
If you follow the river to the west, you're bound to run into them. Oh, one more thing.
Yes?
Some other men have been around asking about him, but they weren't as convincing as you. Good luck to you.
Good day to you.
I'm looking for Ginger, a stable boy from...
Don't know him.
But they told me at the other camp that he comes to visit...
Well, they must have got themselves in a muddle. Definitely. Take care now.
Jesus Christ be praised.
I'm looking for Ginger, a stable boy from...
Then why don't you look for him at the stud farm?
He was there, but now they say he's hiding amongst some...
And where did you hear that? Anyhow, there's no one of that description here.
I've been to the other camps and they told me I'd definitely find...
How could they know that? They just wanted to get rid of you.
I wouldn't say that. They realised I'm trying to help.
Oh, aye? And how's that?
That boy witnessed a murder and probably killed one of the murderers. I'm sure those cutthroats are already looking for him, and if I could find my way here, so could they. And when they do, they won't be asking their questions as nicely as I have.
Aye. Well, as it happens, they've already been here. And you're right, they weren't pleasant. It's my duty to protect these men.
Well then, what are we going to do?
We're going to do it my way. First you get rid of those two murdering dogs, and then I'll tell you what I know.
But I don't know where to look for them.
They're always wandering about here. Their hideout must be somewhere nearby. They came here from the east, across the bridge, threw their weight around, and then went back the same way. And I know of only one place.
What place is that?
There was a camp between here and the charcoal burners in the east.
That's fair. I'll look for them.
The words of a true man. Once you take care of them, take care now.
Hey, shh. Come here. I know something.
Jesus Christ be praised.
You know something about Ginger?
I might have heard something, and if you share a bit of silver with me...
I'm investigating a crime, not bartering for a chicken.
Well then, I'm sure you've got some silver on you.
And what if I bashed your face in and had you dragged off to the stocks?
No need for that. All I wanted was a bit of silver.
Spit it out, will you?
Well, fine. I've heard that they're hiding him in some remote cottage at the edge of the forest on the way to Uzhitz.
That didn't hurt too much now, did it?
Take care now.
Come here, lily liver. You.
Christ! Oh.
My respects to you.
Where are you hiding Ginger?
What?
Don't try that one on me. I know he's friends with you and your brother. I need to talk to him about the massacre at the stud farm. He's the only witness.
All right. I'll tell you. But first, you have to deal with those two bandits who've been asked.
All right, I'll deal with them.
I'm glad to hear it. I'd say they're somewhere between here and our neighbors upstairs. The path to it leads.
All right, I'll have a look there.
May the Lord watch over you.
I found those bandits and took care of them.
I'm glad to hear it. If it's true.
If you don't believe me, I can take you to their bodies.
All right. I'll take your word for it. Ginger's hiding out in a ruined hut. There's an overgrown path from there that'll lead you to where...
Thank you.
May the Lord watch over you.
Jesus, you've led me a merry dance.
What do you want from me?
I want to ask you a couple of questions. Why did you run off like that? Where are your cronies? And why did you kill that bandit?
What?
Right, one thing at a time. Why did you run off in such a hurry?
Because I was afraid they'd come back and kill me.
Who?
Those bandits.
To get revenge on you for killing their mate?
Killing? Me? I never killed anyone. God is my witness.
I'm looking for your friends. Where are they?
The charcoal burners? They're open.
To hell with the charcoal burners. Where are your bandit mates?
They're not my mates. They nearly killed me. I recognized one of them.
Recognized? Who was it? Talk!
I don't know his name, only that he's from Ushitz and he has a limp.
What can you tell me about him? How do you know him?
I saw him a few times in the tavern in Ushitz, playing dice and
And?
I know he lives in a house on the edge of the village, but that's all I know.
Why did you kill that man?
What? Bandit?
This is yours, isn't it? I pulled it from the belly of a dead bandit near the stud farm.
That is mine, but I didn't stab him.
What fellow?
I don't know his name, but he's from Ushitz.
He limps and he's from Ushitz. That's not much to go on.
It's all I know.
And now tell me exactly what... And don't leave any...
That's quite a lot.
Don't worry, I won't get bored.
All right. I woke up in the middle of the night because I needed to go for a piss. So I went out into the dark, same as usual, only there was something there that shouldn't have been. At first I thought it was just a trick of the light, then it was too late. They went past and I thought they must be horse thieves. I would have yelled, only I was afraid they'd kill me. so I waited until they were out of...
Then the slaughtering started.
Yes. I thought they'd steal the horses and ride off. It was terrible.
And then?
It seemed some of them didn't like it either. They started squabbling among themselves, and some of them started running back where they came from, right toward...
So you stabbed the first one in the belly?
No. He ran right into me. He was running fast for a fellow with a limp. He pushed me aside and I fell on... I did what he said and hid.
And then?
Then I waited in case that limping one from Ujits came back. I didn't dare come out until I was sure.
What about the others? Was there anything you noticed about...
I don't know. There might have been maybe 8 of them, and 2 of them were really big.
Do you know what they argued about?
I didn't hear everything, but I reckon some of them were only there to steal, and...
That sounds terrible.
If only I yelled.
If you had, you'd most likely be dead. You probably wouldn't have done it.
But still...
There was nothing you could do. That's all. I've heard everything I need to hear.
Wait! What about me?
Perhaps I could.
I'd like to go back to the stud farm, but those cutthroats who want to kill me are still around. Will you help me?
They're out of the way. I ran into them on my travels.
Really? That's...
What?
I'm afraid to go back to the farm. I ran away, and God knows what they'll think about.
I could go and ask them if it's important to you.
Would you? You'll definitely have their respect, the way you took care of...
I found Ginger. He begged me to...
Why should I take him back? It might be his fault to have...
What?
Why else would he flee but guilt? The men said they didn't see him in bed. He didn't have a clean...
That's not true. He fled because one of the attackers recognized him and Ginger was afraid he'd come back and kill him.
Those are just excuses.
But they came back the very same day. If he hadn't run, they'd have...
Why would they do...
Why not? They'd already murdered several people. Why...
And now I'm supposed to take him back? What if they come back for him and kill one of...
The cutthroats who were after him have been taken care of. And the rest have no...
And what about for revenge?
I understand your concerns, but you just need to ask Sir Hanish to leave you a guard. Those bandits might be willing to take on a few stables.
I'd definitely feel better if someone was here a few days.
It can be arranged. I'm sure Sir Bernard...
Good then. Let the lad come back. Take care.
You can return home. It was hard work to convince them, so...
Thank you. I'd like to give you some... If you're ever traveling by way of Neuhof, stop by and I'll show you something...
Well, well. Look who deigns to grace us with his presence.
I was looking for that boy and...
And you didn't bother telling anyone.
I had to follow the trail before it went cold.
And what if some bandit skewered you and left you for dead? We'd never find you because you told no one where you were going. How would I explain that to Sir Radzig, eh? I really don't know, my lord. He disappeared without saying a word to anyone. Never crossed my mind he wanted to get himself killed.
I
Silence! Keep your ignorant mouth shut when I'm giving you the benefit of a veteran's wisdom. You do what I tell you, answer only when I ask, and not go roaming off whenever you feel like it. I'd like to kick your arse back to the castle and be shut of you. But it's true, you're a fucking peasant who knows nothing about soldiering, and it's my job to whip you into shape, so I'm not done with you yet. God have mercy on you if you ever try anything like that again. If you're lucky, I'll only have you whipped and clapped in the stocks, because if I get my way, you'll be hanged for desertion. I hope we've got that out of the way. I've made myself absolutely clear. And now, let's hear what you have to report.
I talked to Ginger and found out what happened.
Out with it, then.
Ginger fled because he recognized one of the raiders. He was afraid they'd come back to silence him.
Well, he was right. They were asking about him. So who did he recognize?
He didn't know his name. Some fellow with a limp from Ujits.
All right. Since you've gone this far, you may as well ask around in Ujits. We've enough to do here in these parts anyway. Sir Radzik will tell you about it. He said to send you to him if you haven't already been.
Greetings. What?
My lord, I managed to find a clue to the whereabouts.
Excellent. Bernard already told me what's been happening, but I'd like to hear it straight.
The whole story, or just the gist of it?
It's up to you what you can...
One of the Neuhoff stable boys, a lad they called Ginger, fled from there and hid out with some charcoal burners. I have to say, there's a lot of them around. I never thought how many forges and ironworks they have to supply.
That's true, but keep to the point.
Oh, yes, sir. I had quite a job finding him. He was well hidden and with good reason.
Did he tell you what happened?
He said it wasn't one gang, but two. And one of them took fright when the slaughter started. Seems they were only interested in loot, so they quarrelled with the other lot. Then it came to a skirmish in the woods and one of them was killed. The rest of them scattered.
And did you find out where they went?
All I know is one of them is from Ujits. I know enough about him to be able to track him down.
All right, but those cutthroats must know who he is too, right? And if they want to get revenge on him or silence him, you'd better hope they don't get to him before you. So drop everything and get on his trail. Find out what he knows. I'm going to our encampment at Merhayed to oversee the security.
Yes, sir. Why choose Merhayed?
It's somewhat at the centre of events, isn't it? And what's more, there's another stud farm.
Sir, do you think they're going to try the same thing again?
I shouldn't think so. Everyone will be on the alert now, but the secluded dwellings are more vulnerable. There are few people in them.
But the bandits won't find much silver in place.
There's always a groschen or two, some food and so on. Anyway, how much silver did they get from...
True. If they'd stolen them, they could have sold them.
Exactly. It's not about the silver.
But what?
Creating fear. Such great terror that you won't even squeak when they come to cut your throat. Never mind raise your hand against them. Fear that will root you to the spot, staring like a rabbit entranced by a stoat, waiting for the death blow to fall. Helpless.
I have some news about the...
Good.
The trail leads to Ujits. I found out one of the bandits...
I see. What?
That's all I found out so far.
All right. Come back and report. Take care now.